Friends of Reliance Association. This is a story of a company that never disappoints shareholders in the long run. This is a story of one of the most classic wars in the Bombay Stock Exchange. This is also a story that made Dhirubhai Ambani a hero in the eyes of thousands of Reliance shareholders. In the 80s, as you must have seen in the series Scam 1992, the share price was not just affected by the earnings per share and the reputation of the company, but also by the bulls and the bears who were constantly pulling each other's legs. To those who don't know what is bulls and bears, the basic meaning of a bull is an individual who gets benefited when a stock or a share goes up. So we can say that a bull person is most of the time long in the market. A bear is an individual who gets benefited when a stock or a share goes down. Therefore, we can say that a bear person is most of the time short in the market. In the short run, the results of these fights in terms of supply and demand decides the movement of share price in the stock market. Sometimes we see great investors as the guiding light. Many retail investors follow big investors like Rakesh Junjunwala while making investment decision. If Ajim Premji starts selling Wipro shares, the stock price will crash. This will make retail investors panic and they too will start selling the shares. So if Ajim Premji sells 10 lakh shares of Wipro at 400 per share, the share price will tank. And if Ajim Premji acts like a bear and buy back 10 lakh shares at 360 after a fall of 10%, he would make a profit of rupees 4 crores. This is how shorting the stock works. It is just selling at the top and buying at the bottom. The stock in the 1980s was very different compared to what it is today. In those days, there was a 14-day settlement. This means that the buyer of the share used to get a 14-day period to pay the money and the seller of the share used to get a 14-day period to give delivery of the share. This time period is reduced to 2 days today in 2021. Also, if one is not able to pay for the shares bought or arrange for the shares they sold, they have to pay a badla charge to extend the deadline by another 14 days. One of the bear cartel gangs thought of attacking Reliance share. Their plan was to bring Reliance share to a very low level and make a huge profit from the short transaction. Suddenly, in a matter of few trading sessions, the bear gang sold 1 lakh Reliance shares worth of rupees 16 crore, which was a huge amount in those days. Their plan was to create a panic among the investors and show them such a low price that they will be willing to sell their shares at a cheap rate to bear cartel, thus helping them cover their short. Within no time, the Reliance shares fell from 131 to 121, creating a panic in the market. But the bear gang made a big mistake by playing this game against Dhirubhai Ambani. Suddenly, there was a stop in the fall of shares and the price started rising, even though the bear cartel kept selling their shares. There was a mysterious organization called Friends of Reliance Association that started buying shares. It was known that Dhirubhai himself can't buy his own shares as per the rules. So everyone was confused regarding who was actually behind Friends of Reliance Association because it was a mysterious community that kept on buying the Reliance shares. Now, as the price went up, it became very difficult for the bear cartel to buy back the share they sold while shorting. The situation of the bear gang was so bad that they would be bankrupt if they are not able to buy back the shares they shorted. Then Dhirubhai Ambani asked for a badla charge of rupees 50 per share as the bear gang was not able to produce the shares. Due to this war between the brilliant industrial brain of Dhirubhai and the powerful bear gang, the entire Bombay Stock Exchange closed for 3 days to resolve this conflict. Then the market was opened for a day just to trade Reliance shares to resolve this conflict. When the market opened, the shares of Reliance opened the gap up by rupees 50. The bear gang had to borrow money and sell their assets to settle the transaction. Dhirubhai Ambani was considered a legend in the business world. When all this got over, Dhirubhai Ambani was asked why did he take so much risk to fight against the bear cartel. To this, Dhirubhai replied, "To the bear cartel, the Reliance shares may be just bags of money, but for the common man of India, it is a bundle of dreams. We middle class Indians invest our hard-earned money into these shares, and Dhirubhai respected the money of the common man and fought with bear gang and emerged victoriously." Lessons for the common man. There is a big lessons for retail investors from this entire story. The bear gang cannot afford to attack a fundamentally strong large cap company. You might have never heard a story that a bear gang attacked HDFC Bank or TCS. This is because a highly huge amount of money is required to make a large cap fall, and even if it falls, it will bounce back soon. Hence, it is very important to invest in large cap companies with strong fundamentals. When you are growing as an entrepreneur, you should always focus on expanding your network and keeping more close acquaintances near us who can help your business when it's in bad phase. Friends of Reliance Association consist of very powerful and true friends of Ambani who helped him when his company had to face a downturn. Last but not least, we must always have a high standard of ethics which will always help us when we are in need. I finish this video by saying it's not what you know, it's who do you know. We need strong network connections to grow in life as an entrepreneur.